Kan jy my hoor, meneer Faceless? Kan jy my duidelik hoor of is daar weer 'n echo aan die gang? Want dit sou eintlik weird wees as daar 'n echo is. Wel, kan jy my hoor? No reply. So ek klink reg vanaand. So daar is absoluut no echo on this sound. So the road is treating me well tonight. Am I right? Good evening to Mr. Rob Fisher, Danielle Sully en Boesman 26. Baie welkom to tonight's session, Speak Easy session 6. And yeah, there's a few interesting things which we should be able to touch. Maybe you guys can bring up something interesting tonight. But yeah, it's about sharing the experience which we have had in the past week regarding the vaping scene. I know Mr. Rob Fisher is on his way somewhere and he's got all his favorite mods packed. I saw the photo of his travel kit, and I must say it's kind of an impressive travel kit over there. But yeah, Justin Loupsher, good evening to you. Gav Evans is in the house. Kubus Vian is in the house. There's a guy with a very ugly name again which is in the house. Ohm Comforts is here. But yeah, Iceland and Norway. Mr. Rob Fisher, that's one of the places which is on my bucket list, is Iceland. Just because you've got those tectonic plates which is separating in Iceland, which run across Iceland that crack, and you can actually go and swim between two tectonic plates. It must be an absolutely amazing feeling though. And then those active eruptions which they have, permanent eruptions which they have of molten magma which is shooting up from the earth. I just think Iceland is just one of those amazing places. Anywho, Marius du Plessis in the house. Hey Kaiser. So yeah, currently what I'm obviously still on, and this turns out to be a very nice mod. This Aegis, this limited edition though. I've been using this guy since last week permanently because I actually want to see if this blue is actually coming off. But it's still on there. It's still on there. Lost 0 paint though. I've actually dropped this guy at a meter's height and nothing at all. And apparently this guy has even water resistance up until a meter deep. But there is a guy which has got a YouTube video out where it drops this mod, the previous version, drops inside salt water, and then it drops this guy inside salt water as well, this limited edition. Now the material it's made out of differs from the original, and this guy actually floated. So yeah, so if you're in a nice shallow strong river, might not be a very good idea that this guy floats because it's going to float away, whereby it's the one that sinks you can actually retrieve. But you never know. If you're in a swimming pool, obviously you're lucky over there. But yeah, that's that. And then I just started up my Boost Kodama Asmodus little guy, just to take out the spider webs for a change. And giving a nice smooth vape as always. I actually ordered a couple of these contacts from overseas, and it took a while to get you, but at least now I've got them there, so I've got spares in case something happens. But yeah, it is a looker, Toren on top. And I mean, there's a juice which I tested out, and I got this little guy. It's called Snowball. For all you guys that see Mr. Faceless Vapor also got that. But yeah, it's fine. I mean, I was thinking of that pink cluster. It's a nice juice, but it's not something which I will buy again. But I might finish it though. Put it that way. Simply because it's not a fruit. It needs to be a fruit. Bastiano, hey, you all doing Shirazis here. Marius, love my legend. It is a great mod. It's a great mod. I mean, I have not used the micro USB charging port yet though, but I charge my batteries mostly externally, except for the Manto S. When I use this guy I use as a battery charger as well. So I just remove the two batteries because it's so convenient. Just take the tab, pull out the batteries, put the new ones in, put the micro USB, and it charges great. It's got actually nice fast charging on it as well. So that's another thing about the Manto S. The sound is good again, so I've got that nice radio voice that you actually want to go and fall asleep. This is KFM, broadcasting here from the beautiful Table Mountain, Cape Town. How many guys fell asleep there? I definitely do have a radio personality, not a face to be broadcasted, but maybe a voice that can carry. Sometimes I find my kids fall asleep while I actually teach because my voice is so soothing, they say. Andy, how's it, Kaiser and chat? How are you doing now? I'm doing well. I mean, as I said, the marks are all finalized there, so it's just getting remarks on the reports. That I'll do tomorrow morning, and then come Friday. And it's the only thing which is left to be done about the building, though, is just the tiling. Just needs to be sealed. But that's being done in about a week's time. Only, and then you can start moving the stuff inside there. TNS, evening to the group. Clint Botha, hey Kaiser, great show from Durban. Thank you very much, Clint. I do appreciate that. Cheers, Rob. Enjoy your biryani. I hope you get an extra hot one. Me, Kaiser, what's your favorite everyday vape? The mods which I use the most, as I said, is the mods which is comfortable to me. I mean, this Duffpo V, I've used an enormous amount of times. And the paint, there's not a sign of paint chip on this guy still. And as I said, even the green one though, which I don't use as often though, but these guys are nice dual battery mods. That's my everyday vapes, is dual battery mods, and juices normally fruits. But yeah, this Manto S as well. This guy, as I said, I will use here, but it's impractical to carry this guy around. If you want to be fancy and you're going to a vape meet and you want to be windgat, you want to be an ass windgat, then you take this guy along to impress people though. But same with the Stride. The Stride I will actually use when I go traveling, because I mean it's got triple batteries inside this, hence the name Stride. But yes, so this guy's got a battery life that lasts you forever. But the mod which I currently use the most, the two mods are these two guys, are the Manto S and the Aegis limited edition. But yeah, very much the same as the Legend, the previous version. As I said, it's just the material that differs, a slight wattage tweak, and that's about that. So yeah, if you've got the previous one, it's not necessarily upgrading to this guy. Definitely not. But yeah, obviously fruity. Just to show you, I got myself more ingredients. It's a pity this light sucks a bit. But there, you can see the ingredients there, in 100 milliliters. Just for fruity and Yepa. And then I actually started working on Nom Nom. Nom Nom. Nom Nom is a vanilla mousse pudding, which I think is very nice. Because the other viewer from I think it's New Zealand or Australia, New Zealand, said that they've got a juice called Nom Nom. But I think I'm far away, and he said he doesn't mind if I use the Nom Nom. A vape gat, windgat, vape gat. You should do a tour of your studio. Well, currently there's not a studio. I can show you my PC, which is on my left, and a lot of juice with my mods on the right. But yeah, my photo box is on that side, my battery chargers on that side. Here's this additional battery charger lying over here. But yeah, so when I'm fitted in the new place, then you'll see some nice Batman figurines, Indiana Jones figurines from what I actually collected for my son, because they don't realize how much these porcelain statues can actually be worth if they are untouched. So yeah, I've got quite a few of them though. Still got about 400 Batman comics or so that he can obviously inherit if he wants it. So yeah, your lime shake is Nom Nom. Hey, nice. I don't know. Did you get the recipe, or are you talking about the other lime? You're talking about my lime. Yeah, my lime is nice. Yeah. So anywho, I watched 2 reviews of Ambition's Vapor, and it was back-to-back reviews. And I thought myself, you lucky bastard. You should see the nice atomizers this guy actually reviewed. I'm just quickly going to start off with the first one. Now, the first one is actually very interesting. Because why? Just get over topics over there. If you look at the name and you look at the way they write the name, you tell me, I'm not going to tell you, you tell me what's the first thing that comes up when you see this, when you see that logo. What's the first thing? Let's put that guy there. Come on, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. The chat's very slow. Now, Marius, I'm glad you enjoy the lime shake. That's nice. Yeah, Ohms, you're absolutely right. this is the Triari. Triari. Now, I would want one of those guys. Now, forget about the drip tip. You get a black drip tip as well. But the colors in which this guy is actually released, I'm going to quickly post you a list. And you see the list of these colors. You can go and Google this thing. But check out all those. No, I lie. Those aren't the colors. Those are the colors for the next one. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just quickly going to post you a picture of this guy's deck so that you can actually see what the deck looks like. But I think it's a nice deck. Now, I'm a huge fan of bottom airflow. That should be no surprise to anyone, bottom airflow. But as you can see over there, you've got a nice 30 millimeter. You put some two 4 millimeter diameter coils or 3.5 millimeter diameter coils on either side though, if you can get the legs in the post. Because if I just have a look at those two posts, that's going to be the only issue, because each one of those posts are going to share two legs. So if that screw on the inside is going to be too thick, then you're going to have problems on either side getting in your two legs. But I still think this guy's going to be a nice vape. Obviously not going to have a problem with micro aliens or even I think 22 dual 28s aliens should be fine as well. But I would like to test this guy, a 3 mil, and I think the color would also be great for this specific mod. That color in which it comes out with, I think it would be great. So yeah, looks like a clone Ferrari. the name definitely does. Absolutely, I do agree with you there. So that's the one which I actually saw, which I thought would be cool. And then, oh no, these are the colors. These are the colors of the Triari, by the way. Just look at those color options which you've got over there. You must just go and see it. I mean, they've got the most stunning metallic gloss greens and purples and stuff. Look at that lagoon green, archaic brass, archaic copper. So if you've got a nice mod and you enjoy 30 millimeters and you love bottom airflow, I think this guy's going to be a winner. The thing is, it's just not released by a lot of vendors. Yeah, that's the only big bummer of this guy. But you can go and do your search for this. The next one which I want to show you is more a 24 millimeter, more down our line. Now here's another example of an RDA which has not been released to a lot of vendors though. Or not even, I haven't seen it at more than 2 vendors. So there's very limited photos on this. So I had to grab photos from the 2 reviews which I actually found on this specific guy. Now, unfortunately, the cap and the deck is separate from one another, but you get the idea of the logo. And then you've got your airflow slits, 6 on either side. And there is going to be your deck, but it's also bottom airflow. The air being sucked in there, dual O-rings as you can see. But if you look at the deck, you'll actually understand what I mean. Why I say I think this is going to be nice. It's going to be nice. Okay, the photo came from Ambition's Vapor. The video he did. So I just grabbed a photo. So it's not going to be the nicest looking picture, but you get the idea of the airflow which you have. Now, don't you think that these RDAs are going to produce nice flavor? I think so. I think so very much. Let's see if I've got another photo of this guy. Another one which you can have a look at. I've just got a photo of the underside. Now this guy's called the Nightmare RSA and RDA. So you can actually use this guy as a squonker, or you can use this guy as a dripper. But yeah, there you see, it's from Suicide Mods, the Nightmare RDA or RSA. I think it looks kind of cool. Box mod first thing, looks like a clone Ferrari. Deck is just like my Vake's RTA, just the clamps are different. But most of the stuff, almost Bastiano. I mean, I've still got an issue. And that's one of the things I actually want to talk about later. There's actually a chance that this might be the last Eazy session, which we're actually going to have. But yeah, no, a bit about that later though. Speak Eazy session. You'll actually notice that I don't upload that many reviews anymore though, but there's a reason for that though. And one of the reasons is regarding what you just said over there. Now, it's just so sad being a Thunderhead Creations supporter that they actually don't receive the recognition for their deck, but the blotter came out, and you can obviously see they used that deck and just made a couple of small tweaks to it though, and that guy gets all the recognition. And Duffpo apparently is this amazing and that amazing, but no reviewer out there brings it up and mentions that the credit should go to Thunderhead Creations. And it's stuff like that that irritates me. There's reviewers that know these things, but they do not mention it, and that just tees me off more than I would like to. Yeah, you'll see Mr. Faceless Vape Reviews is a moderator. So if there are any juniors which are ridiculous tonight, you will be booted out of here, because you're annoying the people with the hard beards by your crap dual remarks of last week. So that's the point of Mr. Faceless Vapor. Good evening, Mr. SR20 VVL. How that youngster? I wish he could post a photo. I've actually got a photo on my phone, which he sent me. He fell from a ladder at work. Now, I don't know any of you guys which have had a vasectomy in the past. Now, the color which your balls turn after vasectomy, that's exactly the color which is a whole, I would say, half to 2/3 of his stomach has got that blood blue, brown, purple stain from falling off the ladder. I still want to find out from him how exactly that happened. Yeah, Homegrown must get them in. No, I'm doing good. My audio very low. Okay, let's quickly check out. Okay, is it better? I just set up the audio a bit there. Bobby Blindy, are you happy with that volume? Vaped out with Hind Bulls. Good evening. Nice to see you. Now, Mr. VF102, I did not see the Dual 2 though, but what I actually did see are the devices which China is. Let me get this picture out of the way over here. Are the devices which China is bringing out, which allows you to actually refill your own Juul pods. So you can buy a magnitude, and you can go on Amazon it now in any case, though, a magnitude of empty Juul pods. And then you use this device. You just stick the pod on one side. You've got a juice bottle which you turn in or mount on a different portion of this little gimmick. And when you press a button, it actually fills your Juul pod for you. So yeah, I don't think that is a very good idea. That's not going to help the business in America a lot. These things, definitely not. Audio is way better. Thank you very much, Calvin. Yeah, no, I just set up the gain a bit there. Because you scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's how big reviews are working. And since they are in business, yeah, but Bastiano, that is irritating me. The thing is, there are reviewers which also decide to keep things quiet. If they get a product which they don't like, they don't mention it. So they only talk about that which is nice. And because they do that, they get sent stuff. But people like me, on the other hand, once you review something negatively, not a lot of companies are gonna work on constructive criticism. Definitely not. So and I know it's still an opinion though, but you don't see reviewers do that. They're quiet about the things which they don't like, and they're very vocal about the things they do like. And that's not what a reviewer should be. But there's more of those guys popping up, and that's starting to irritate the crap out of me. So anywho, I don't know if you heard about the guy in America though. Now, South Africa is doing their bit though. We've got a Facebook page, a couple of Facebook pages. I think the one is Vaping Saved My Life, which you can go and join and actually tell your story. But there are a few things which are available to South Africans to actually show the support for the American situation at the moment. And I mean, it is seriously bad. Here you've got New York, which is totally on the bandwagon already. I think New Jersey's over there, Michigan is over there. There's quite a few states which is seriously considering clamping down. And then you've got these heroic guys like that. I think it's Mark Stills was the vape shop owner, which actually drove from Michigan 501 miles to go and chat to the people in Washington, to go and tell them about his experience, that he actually once purchased something in a vape shop which changed his life, which got him off cigarettes. And he explained it to the people. And 2 years later, he actually purchased that specific vape shop. And I think he mentioned that in the small city which he is small area which he is in, he has converted 1,000 people. So just imagine every vape shop owner that has got that record, and they put those records together. Just think about the amount of people that's actually been helped. And in a regulated fashion, obviously. As I said, we all know by now what caused all this crap from the beginning, though. And I mean, people can blame Juul. And yeah, and I know Juul's problem is the fact that they put out there's so many clones available of their stuff. It is available almost everywhere. You can even buy it. Good grief, man, even at disposable stands in toilets where you get the FL condoms, or you can get cigarette machines. You can also get Juul machines. So yeah, unfortunately for that. Hey, let's take a vape. I'm a wordy word. Cupid Designs Fatal Stabwood mod. I'll definitely have a look at that, though. I know Faceless Vapor actually did a review a bit earlier, just before I actually went live. 7 o'clock, he did a review on the Wave, ne? It's the Wave from Bandy Vape and Tony B. Their collaboration. So yeah, if you're looking for something affordable which can drop and fall about, this guy's even got apparently some fiberglass mixed in with polycarbonate, etc. But you can ask Faceless. He did a review on that. No, but I'll definitely, Marius, thanks for that. I'll have a look into that. Rip Trippers that loves everything. Yeah, but Andy, I don't mind Rip Trippers. Remember, you must understand why Rip is doing what he's doing. I mean, for him, it's actually changed from a passion to a business. And you can actually notice that the fact that he hasn't brought out anything. Here you've got the world's highest subscribed vape reviewer or vape enthusiast or vape voice, put it there, whatever you want to call it, the promoter. But he still hasn't brought out a video to mention his stance on what is happening in America, and that is weird. That's one thing which I'm not very happy regarding him. I mean, if you have got a platform the way he does, even indoor smokers, talk about it. I mean, you've got so many followers, though. Mention the crap situation. I mean, that guy, even if he could easily get 20 to 50,000 viewers, just fan base. He just says, go and sign a petition. They will do it, though, and that's going to help. Or take part of that march, which they are going to the Capitol. Yes, but I've been in a shop where they sell fake things and pods. It's really bad, to be honest. The flavor said mint and it tasted salty. VF, I spoke to the school kids, because remember, school kids are very easily, you can manipulate them very easily. And they've got no idea what is really going on and what the dangers are. And now in Durbanville, where I am, there is a tobacconist. And remember, if a normal juice like Cushman costs you 280 or 320 rand for that, though, and you find it that these guys sell it for 80 rand, then alarm bells must go off. I mean, even if you've got 2 peas between the ears, they should start shaking at least. But something should come up, and then you should realize, but why so cheap? And then it's just that the branding. So I warned the kids. I said, listen, stay away from that. Rather going to do it yourself if you can't afford good juices. Go to Flavor World, go to Black Vapor, go to Flavor Mill. There's so many vendors which sell you stuff which you can just make, and there's an enormous amount of brilliant recipes out there already, recipes which can keep you happy. And then stay away from that crap, because you've got no idea what those guys put in there. And remember, you might not get a very short-term negative response, but it might be something that builds up over a longer period. But why take that risk? Stay away from those shops which do that though. Thanks, Bastiano. I appreciate it there. Pros and cons, an honest opinion. The swell. Okay, it's the swell. Yeah, the swell is what he had. The black market damaged the vape game. Yes, yeah. But then banning flavors is not going to help at all. Definitely not going to help. They should rather ban the usage of pod systems. Now, I know there's a lot of people, or certain design of pod systems, put it that specific way. So yeah, or only certain people, people must apply for a license to sell pod systems. Understand, some more stuff like that. You can't really take away all pod systems because it is a great transitional tool. As I said, I'm still using my Click. I've actually finished all the pods. The Click battery is just lying over here somewhere, or my wife scaled it. But I mean, it's a super transitional tool, super. But there has to be some kind of regulation on there, absolutely. Even Matt from SMM Vaping saved his life. But it's true. I mean, it's a very bold statement saying that vaping saved your life. I do realize that. But let's face it, the stats are out. I mean, I know I was a smoker, and the thing is, I wanted to stop smoking for certain reasons. And if you know that the stats are out there, even the warnings are on the cigarette packets. There are people dying from cigarette smoke. So you might have been one of those guys which get an early complication due to what is inside cigarettes when you combust them, put it that specific way. So yeah. So I think in regards to that you see the stats, the chances are there. Vaping has saved my life as well. Most definitely. It has improved my life. For sure. The only thing which I miss about smoking is that it was a appetite suppressant, which vaping doesn't do. So yeah, that's the only thing. But that is still no excuse. We've got an exercise bike. I can go and climb on that thing. You can go and walk with the dogs. So yeah, smoking sucks ass balls. As a review and an okaser, do we always want to give local mixers good review if it's good, but not put out just negative stuff? I would rather tell the juice maker if it's not good. Yeah, the other thing is, what you say is true. You don't want the guy to feel bad. But the thing is, you can do a review in a constructive way as well. But if you don't do it, somebody else goes out and actually buys that juice and then wastes money. I mean, it's 180 Rand for a local juice, average. So I would rather say, but this is not my profile. It's slightly harsh on the throat. It is not a fruit mix which I'm used to, but it is totally vapable, etc., but not one of my favorites. So if you read between the lines, then the guy can actually understand that you don't like it there. You don't like it. So in it goes. But that's our point of trying to be honest, is just to prevent people from not making financial mistakes. Because I mean, money is tight in a lot of pockets, especially as a teacher. Money is tight, boys. So yeah. But that's that. Then there's another guy. Now, if you're not into Facebook, I'm just gonna post the link over here. But you must go and check out the video which this guy did. His name is Cloud Theorem. Now he's not a local South African. I think he's probably American. But this guy tells you exactly what is going on with this whole situation in America. And let's face it, I think all of us guys who've got a bit of experience that read newspapers occasionally know exactly that money talks. Money talks. And there's always money involved in these shady decisions. Let's face it, this whole thing has happened too quickly, and it's just strange. It's the same with that little girl which was kidnapped in South Africa a while back with a mother in front of the school. And I immediately told my daughter when that came up that there's a snake in the grass, because the mother was pushed out of the way, the car was left. Normally they steal the car, but the car was left there, and just the child was taken, not the brother, just the daughter was taken, and the mother did not chase after them. I mean, any mother would go ballistic, climb in a car and chase these guys down. And then there it goes. Next morning, the girl was found. She was just left and blah, blah, blah. So there's always a snake in the grass. But go and check out this guy's video. Okay? There I posted the link. And then you can always go to my Facebook page as well, which I always post underneath all my videos, and go and check this out. Do yourself a favor. But this guy says it exactly like it is. Why vitamin E acetate in pods is bad for you. Now remember, it's true what he says. It is an oil base. So the thing is, on its own, it's not bad if you get it in creams and rub it on your skin. If you take it in via food consumption, then it's fine. But as soon as you vaporize it, the oil changes to a liquid so that you can actually inhale it. But when it cools down in your lungs, it changes to oil again. So yeah, and you do get it. Obviously, you know that's how you take in fats when you go and eat. Your fats is insoluble in water, but then you get things like bile, which emulsifies it, almost like sunlight liquid does. If you've got fat in your hands, you take sunlight liquid, and then you can get that. But that's emulsifies. It breaks it down to a soluble state, and that's what happens with this guy. But it changes back to oil in your lungs, and that's a problem. Everything that actually transfers from your lungs, from your alveoli into your bloodstream, needs to be in a soluble form, so that those oils remain inside your lungs, and that's bad news. That is bad news. Okay, let's quickly see what's going on here. There are many budget juices out there you can buy at the same price as the clones. Yeah, there's a lot of cheap juices out. There are. And they're decent juices, and they're legitimate juices. Ohm says banning flavors won't prevent illegal pods. No, definitely not. We all know that. Banning something is not going to stop it. Banning something is just going to increase the criminal aspect of dealing with it on the black market. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, and I feel very bad for the vape shop owners, because a lot of them do rely on juice. It's just a thing, because it's more affordable. It's something which everybody is going to need. You can buy your one mod and you can be happy with that mod, but something which you need is cotton, is coils if you do your rebuildable, and juice. And then batteries, but that's batteries every 6 or 8 months. Then you only need a new pair. So you get yourself a decent pair of batteries in the beginning, like your Sony VTs, which I think is great batteries, but there's nothing wrong with the Samsungs. I've got no problem. There's Gulisi fans, there's Vapsol fans as well. So yeah, but just get yourself decent batteries which you prefer, the way in which they hit and the amount of power which they can deliver, the longevity. But juice you need, So a lot of these vendors have got people working for them as well, which are also unfortunately going to be jobless, which will have to go and seek other forms of employment. And that all because of these THC crap cartridges. And not that THC is on its own, because I mean THC has been used for millenniums. It's what is the contaminants added with it, and the way in which it is actually taken in, which caused all the crap. And that we know is distribution on the streets. That sucks a bit of ass balls. Non-refillable closed system pod systems is a waste, although it has a place on the market specifically for older people. I think it is a massive waste. As I said, most of these pods should serve as a transition. And that's what my father-in-law exactly did. He transitioned, he used it for 3 weeks, and he managed to get off his Stuyvesant, his blue Stuyvesant, and then he continued to something larger. And I got him a nice little pen-style, thicker one, a little smock. I think it was a V-stick or something like that, a little fat one. And yeah, but that's the same. People like us who are younger, which is into that, we move on to your regulated mods, whether single or dual or mix or whatever the case. So that is just a phase in which a pod system is actually useful for somebody, for most people, I would say. But the kids, which can't afford anything else, the problem is these pods are affordable. They can easily scrape money together to get those pods and those cartridges. It's more expensive to get these guys. There are so many juices and so hard to find some good in here at the UK, especially when you're looking for sweetener-free juice. Yeah, no. I know there's stuff that people throw in that's just to make juice sweet. There's so many sweet juices out. Oh my crap sack. Yeah, it's very, very hard. But it's because most people enjoy the sweetness. Because the sweetness also brings out flavor as well. So yeah, and that's why they're so scarce. Shops that sell those pods have to have a system to recycle them. I agree. What they should do, if they really looking out for the environment, is have these small little bins. Because I mean, if you go and buy, if you're on holiday, obviously it's a different case. But if I go to a vape shop, I go to the vape shop closest to me, or the vape shop in my area which has got the stuff which I need, and I frequent them. So if they've got a type of little setup where I can bring them there empty and they can give me a 5% discount on something else, that should be an incentive which would encourage people to take back their empties, and then these vape shops can actually dispose of it in the best way possible. So I think that is a very good idea. Shops that sell these pods, yeah, it's recycle case. How much does the Yepa cost? No, the Yepa's not officially out there. The Yepa's still in the testing phase. I must say I haven't heard a lot of Vapor Mountain. I actually phoned Benji and he just sent me a picture of the juice which he mixed up. Maybe I can quickly show you, just in case you don't believe me. This light sucks again. You won't see. No, you won't see. But in any case, it's a bottle of the Yepa mixed up, 100 milliliters. So he's just testing it though. He wants to make dead sure that everything is right. Everything is perfectos. And if you decide not to launch Yepa, I'm gonna post the recipe. I'll post the recipe. Then you guys can, if you enjoy your passion fruit. A shoehorn. I've got no idea what a shoehorn is. Utilize a shoehorn. You're talking about the high heels, the tip at the bottom. Even the local phone stores that repair phones are selling fake vapes. Yeah, you're right, Daniel. I saw that. I saw that the other day when I went to a Checkers shopping center and I actually sat in the wimpy, because one of the things which I enjoy eating is a good old wimpy Dagwood. Dig a Dagwood. And right across from me, you've got it. Cell phones. But a lot of vape stuff. And it's not right. And there was a lot of youngsters which actually went in there, in the course that I was sitting there. And they were actually served. You can see these are school kids. But obviously they don't have the school uniform on. They're in civvies. But not one of them was asked for an identification. Not one. They were served for their age. And that is a big problem. Big problem. Yeah, as we spoke about it, yeah, the vape ban is still going on strong. The flavor ban, yeah, no, it's still very strong out there. I think Jay Hayes and them has got inside the mines at the moment with, I think I saw Grim Green on there, and I saw Vaping with Vic on there, and they talking about it, yeah, and they're talking about the possibilities. And the guy from Dash Vapes is in there as well. Cheap fake juice. I came here on holiday for sure. Or a skoenwurring. But yeah, that's the whole thing. So, is there anything which you guys wanted to ask or wanted to talk about, or something which you did? Maybe you did your own build, and found it to be super nice. Anything which you guys want to share? Came across a juice which you really enjoyed inside a vape shop? Share that information, guys. Share the love. Don't be stingy, man. Don't be a stinger. Let's talk about it. Yeah, then On a serious note, as I said, there's about 20 minutes left. This might be the last session which I actually have. I might also be stopping my YouTube channel, stop making reviews. As I said, but there's quite a few factors that actually led up to the situation. I don't think, I don't want to go into politics a bit though, but that's one thing which really irritates me is the in between politics which is going on in the vaping industry in South Africa. That's seriously pissing me off. I don't like that at all. But the big issue is the thing which it's actually so difficult because I've enjoyed so much support. I mean, I've reached my target of being the first South African vape reviewer to actually hit 5,000 subscribers. That's what I wanted to do. I actually just wanted to surpass the vape shop, which I didn't like, and they had the most subscribers at that specific point. So I surpassed them a long time, and then I put my target at 5,000, which I actually reached. But I'm starting to notice that it's very difficult to start getting subscribers at the moment. It's very stagnating at around 5,380 to 390. I might get 5,400 though, but it's fairly stagnant. Not a lot of companies are contacting people anymore though, because of this whole situation going on. It's not becoming financially viable for me to actually continue. I cannot support this channel any longer though. So I just want to thank the patrons that has contributed. But yeah, if you want to pull out your patronage, I can totally understand that. But if I get something, the thing is I won't be able to buy a lot of stuff anymore though, or buy most things anymore. I have to support my do-it-yourself habit. I do vape a lot regarding that. And yeah, you don't get anything from the reviews which you do except the patronage. But yeah, I've thought about getting sponsors for the channel, but that is not happening either though. There is not a lot of huge support for local vape reviewers in South Africa. But you can actually ask Mr. Faceless Vapor Reviews as well. I mean, he went live just now, and I think I was the only viewer. He did post it on Facebook, but I was the only viewer to go and check that out. And that's the whole problem with the situation. And the other thing is, well, as I said, another thing which bothers me a lot is the fact that the people are not honest about the products. And if they don't like a product, they don't mention it though. You always just see positive reviews, and that is getting to me a lot as well. I don't say things have to have a problem. I mean, this Vaporizer Gen has minimal problems. This guy's got minimal problems, but if it has, you gotta mention it. You gotta say it as it is. There are people which I know for a fact said they don't like the blotter, but as soon as you hear them, or as soon as a photo, as soon as somebody else posted something about it, then all of a sudden they give it a like, or they give it a little love sign, and that is getting to me. So I just think it's time for me to actually reseed. And if I get sent something nice, which I think is absolutely worthwhile, I will post it though. But as I said, regarding the patronage, I can totally understand people pulling out. So yeah, that's that. Milk tart milkshake from Noel, clapping tonight. Yeah, I've actually tasted that milk tart milkshake. I've got my own one, which I also enjoy though. But I just got a lot less cinnamon in it. Funnily enough, I can't take cinnamon. Cinnamon is not a cup of tea, but I know it's a very favorite. So if you guys enjoy milk tart, it's right. The one from Noel is very, very good. Dwarvy, yeah, no, finally caught a live stream. You might be finally catching the last live stream which I have. The thing is, Kelvin, I don't know what's going on with Patreon. It's starting to decline a lot of the people's cards, so it's not coming through there. And the PayPal, I don't know, for some other reason, people don't like contributing via PayPal, but that's the only other option which there is. So in this period of 2 weeks, I've lost 6 patrons because of that. They cannot contribute, and they're not prepared to go to PayPal. So, and that sucks a bit ass balls. But as I said, it's a tendency which I'm picking up. But it's not only that. As I said, there's quite a few factors which led to this specific point. But I know there's a lot of South Africans which will be very happy to hear that I maybe quit broadcasting my opinion about things, because they just can't handle that some people don't like something. Actually, yeah. And it's always been my aim is to try and be honest about stuff. So if you can take it, you can take it. If you can't take it, then it's just one of those things. But yeah, it just gets to me because there's not a lot of people which support me in South Africa. They like talking about it and say, yeah, sure. And when you ask them, when last did you put a remark on one of my videos? When last did you like a video of mine? When last did you promote any one of my videos or my shows? When last? And then they can't answer you. But they like. South Africa's full of a lot of dogs, these small dogs, which bark a lot. But they can't bite. They can't physically do anything, or not prepared to do anything. So yeah. No, I don't sell my. Actually, offered my juice recipe to somebody who wanted to buy it though, after he tasted the juice. But then he wanted me to make him another sample, and I thought, but you did taste the juice, and it's fruity, so you're welcome to continue with it. It is a great juice, but when he started asking for this and that, I just decided no. I mean, I'm not in it for the money, no, definitely not. I just want people to taste these nice juices, and it's just so satisfying when people tell you, listen, he bought this juice, he bought it, and it is awesome. It's nice. And this is how much I like it. There's my own stock. There's my own fruity batch. I've always got fruity around me. So yeah, it's just nice to know that people also enjoy it though. That's lekker. But yeah, fruits, I just decided this week, fruits is just for me though. And I'm just finished this bottle as well. This is nice. And no matter how much you actually tell people how nice a juice is, do you think those bastards will turn around and tell you, listen, just thank you for the mention which you do on the show? Nah? No, they don't. They don't. So in any case, they can go and suck an egg. Yolandi. Hey guys, I just want to say thanks again. No, it's a pleasure. As I said, I was not going to use that though, so hopefully you enjoy it though. Hopefully you can find some use for it though. Don't stop, guys. Your reviews are 100% the thing. You think, honest. Yeah, Marius. As I said, there's a few factors. But the point is, I can't. I don't like doing it to my patrons. I mean, they support a channel and they would love to see at least 2 reviews per week, and it's not always possible to do that though. Definitely not. And I am not going to go out and go and buy all this stuff. I did actually order myself. Remember last week we spoke about that smock, the RPM, which is very similar to the Vupu Vinci. I saw today that there is a vendor in South Africa which actually brought it in. Now the reason why I went for the smock above the Vinci is because the smock has got more variety of coils, and number 2, it's bringing out a rebuildable coil for it as well. So it's just for the fun of it. But that's something which is fairly cheap. But otherwise, bigger mods. As I said, if companies send you something, if I will review it, I will still review it though. But it doesn't happen. The companies don't send me stuff anymore. I don't know. They probably just don't like my style. English toffee pudding. It's very nice. It's very nice. I've got my English toffee and my butter toffees over here. There's my butter toffee. Bitter. And if you just add a bit of a mint to that though, a bit of peppermint to that, just slightly, 0.2, you'll see what happens. Very nice. Very nice. I can actually give you my recipe, if it's not the recipe which you're talking about. PayPal, thank you very much for the compliment about fruity. It is nice, yeah. I'm too careful to put out something which is mediocre. So when I decided to put out a juice, there were so many people that have tested it, and of course I would hate. There's one thing which I don't like is negative criticism. I don't like it. I know it is part of life, but that's why I would rather make dead sure before I bring out something that it is something people would enjoy if you're into that profile. And that's the whole aim of these juices now. I think I can quickly tell you, I actually ordered from them, and I also ordered 2 of those. Remember I told you last week one of my favorite juices is from the Combat range, Mike Mellon. They stock Mike Mellon as well. Now they do ask 240 Rand for it though, but because I ordered 1,000 Rand, free shipping there. So that's why I make my money back on those juices, is in the shipping. But I'll tell you now what the company is, which actually stocks that. Just want to see the deleted items. YouTube Payflex. It's very easy. It's just vape.co.za. Yeah. Vape.co.za. And they've got all the different colors. I ordered the bright black one. But they've got a very nice chrome version as well. But you can go and see there. I just want to go to the website. Then I can just post a link. But yeah, you can just type in, man. Just Google vape.co.za. It's as simple as that. Easy as pie, I tell you. Let's just quickly do it for you. There you go. There you go. See, it's very, very easy. They've got some cannabis for you, e-liquids, accessories, devices, salt nicks. They've got a huge amount of juices. But yeah, not the cheapest website there is. But unfortunately, it's the first vendor in South Africa which actually brought it in. And that's why I decided to get it from them. So yeah, you will get it cheaper than that. Here is the link to their specific website. Yeah, that Combat Mike Mellon is just awesome. I just wish I could get that recipe. I mean, seeing that these guys, I think they are American, aren't they? Nasty Juice? Is Nasty Juice UK or American? But it would be sad if that recipe would disappear because of this flavor ban. Oh, I enjoy it. If you like melon, that is a nice honeydew melon. That's that. Oh, Calvin, yeah, but then you must bring it along. So I can actually compare it with mine. But yeah, it's a nice direction to go in. Is a nice toffee mint buttery type of ice cream situation. I think that's nice. Now I just posted the link for the vendor that stocks the RPM 40. As I said, I prefer what I know about it though. I haven't tested the 2 devices yet. But if I look at the accessories which come out for either one, the plans, future plans, I would rather go for the smock. And I mean, you're not going to have a problem getting coils for that thing. As I said, it's compatible with different smock coils. So that's lacquer, man. Let's get some do-it-yourself mixes together, and you can do a couple of videos. The Amarius, there is a very good video channel, a do-it-yourself channel. I think it's the fog vlog, which teaches you a lot. I mean, they've got individual videos which they do on different flavorings, and they've got a panel which discusses that. Let's quickly see the fog vlog. I've got 2 videos out about how to make the fog vlog, something like that. There you go, the fog vlog. Okay, I got the channel. Okay, let's just take that off there before I get a copyright infringement, because everyone is so tense these days. If you guys enjoy, who likes stand-up comedy? The FOF vlog. There, Marius. There's the link. There's the link to those guys. Who enjoys good stand-up? Because if you enjoy good stand-up, Bill Burr has got a new show out on Netflix, which I'm busy watching at the moment there. But yo, no, they're good. They're good. He's very funny. He tells, especially this one. This one is regarding these extreme people, the feminist males. No, social justice warriors. You must just go and listen to it. It's great. He says it like it is. Oh, you're so lucky. Gave me all their old combat juices. Yeah, I'm only interested in the Mike Mellon. I'm not too the funnily enough, the guava is nice, but it closes my throat. I'll tell you now what is that. It's Bill Burr Paper Tiger. It is so good. Oh my word, I love this guy. But he does swear, so if you don't like swearing, don't watch it. There it is. That is so good. Oh my word. But all his stuff. I don't know if you guys also know Jim Jeffries. He's the guy from Australia. He's got very dark humor. But if you know that, he doesn't mean it though. It's just the type of material which he has. I don't know, that's funny. Oh my word. But these two guys, Bill Burr. But you should know Bill Burr, man. He does that show, that animation show. I almost said The Family Guy. If he's for family. he's the main voice in it. It's his show. If is for family. There you go. Yeah, I know. Puff. Bill Burr is awesome. But yeah, now that Billy Connolly doesn't make. Billy Connolly was also one of my all-time greats. I think I've got all his shows. I love Billy Connolly. Oh my word. But now that he's not around, these guys are keeping me busy. And there's another guy which I like, except Kevin Hart. Obviously, if you don't like Kevin Hart, then there's something be wrong with you. That guy is extremely funny. But it's because he uses everyday situations and makes it comical. And that's the funniest type of comedian, which I find, which I enjoy, is that type of comedian. But his stand-up could go with that swearing. Hi, Philly. Philly, I sent you a message, but you never responded. I actually found out for you, especially the next day, what it would cost to send a cap to the UK. But you never responded back, so I assumed you're not interested anymore. But in case you were wondering, it's for a small package of 0.5 grams, or 0.5 kilograms, put it that way, 500 grams, up until 500 grams. It's $25, which is not that bad. And then it get postnet to the UK. So if you're still interested, you know what my Facebook is. Just message me, man. Message me your details. $25 is not bad. It's cheap. I did enjoy Trevor Noah, but not anymore though. Trevor Noah said some things about South African politics which I think he's totally gone ballistic about. He over-exaggerated it, and that I didn't like. But he is potentially a very funny guy. But his description of golf is fantastic. Take a look at YouTube if you haven't seen it. I must actually go through my Billy Connolly's. There's another guy which is extremely funny. It is a British stand-up comedian. You should know him, man. The guy's got so much energy in his performances. He probably goes through about 3-4 shirts in the performance. He sweats up those shirts. He's also an actor. He's starred in 2 or 3 movies there. But that oak has got so much energy. I actually enjoy watching him as well. There are a couple of good guys. I found a local vendor that will supply me Torrent Beast. I would like to add it to my collection. He supplied me the Reload MTL last week. Yeah, the Reload MTL got very good reviews if you're into MTL. But yeah, I would actually, I'd love to have one, but it makes no sense, me not being into MTL. And I also don't like that little weird thin tip. You've got this nice looking Reload, and then you've got this little thin portion at the top over there. But Torrent Beast, great option. I still enjoy it though. I like my Torrent Beast. Lee Evans, there you go, man. Look at that guy, Lee Evans. That's him, for sure. Judah Freelander. Yeah, Lee Message. I actually replied to one of your replies on one of my videos, because that's the only way which I could actually find you. Because when I went onto Facebook and put in Philly, there's so many bloody Phillies. I've got no idea which one you is, or which one you are. But there you go. That's all it's going to cost you, $25. And then you've got a Kaizo, authentic Kaizo cap. And you never know if If it still comes in under 500 grams for this, I'll pop in this little guy as well. Gooi him in the little hood. Just like so. And off the parcel goes. All the way to the UK. And then you've got, then you will be the only guy in UK that's got fruity. Then you will know what it tastes like. Then you will know how much these South Africans are spoiled with the good juices which are available to them. There are awesome mixologists down here in South Africa. Hello, Jacques, Rickert. It's nice to see you. But alright, I've kept you guys busy for an hour. I just wanted to tell you the situation regarding my channel. And yeah, and there is a lot of advocacy going on regarding the American situation. As I said, there's a Facebook page, Vaping Saved My Life. Go and check that out. Go look at that video. I will put links underneath the video as I upload the specific feed as well. To that specific guy, I'll just post his video again. Cloud Theorem, the one which he... Do yourself a favor. I mean, it's only, what, 7 or 8 minutes long. There you go. If I'm done, if I greet you guys, then go and check out that guy's video. And he says it like it is. He tells you the amount of money which is involved, etc., etc., etc. So yeah. So I just want to thank you guys for attending and for supporting my channel. I do really appreciate it. It's a great feeling when you do get people which enjoy it though. Faceless vapor. Faceless vapor. You get so much juice. I saw you got sent about 30 bottles of juice again for review though. So you sort it out. You don't need any juice anymore for a long time though. Thanks, Marius. I do appreciate it though. So yeah, have a good night, guys. Stay safe. Forget the smokes. Do it yourself. That's the way to go. That's the way to go to save up. Have a good night. I'm going to have a nice coffee and have a chat with my mind. And I must try finishing this piece of crap. You know how hard it is to put a netball. That's for my daughter. But to put on one of these things. Only thing which I can figure out is putting on tape along the sides and taping this thing. But I think it's going to work now. So that's why I was almost late streaming. So in any case, have a good night, guys. Cheers.